Guys, welcome back. This is day 5, I believe, on the 360 project. We're getting this thing buttoned up, and I've got to do one last thing here before we deliver this car. We have a repair that we're going to do to the Undertray here. Looks like somebody had put a jack in the wrong spot, and they crushed it. So the customer wants us just to stabilize it. We're not going to do any external repairs. We're just going to do an internal repair just to strengthen this area. So it's not going to be the prettiest thing, but it's going to be functional. So you're not going to see anything from the outside. You'll still see the cracks and stuff. We're not going to get real crazy with the finish on the outside, which we're really not going to do anything on the outside. We're just going to mend all this stuff together. You can see here where it's all busted up here. So basically what I'm going to do is clean this area here. I'm going to sand it down and then put my fiberglass on there so it adheres to it. You can see right here where it's been pushed up, and I'll have to push this back down and get this all kind of in place before I start making the repairs. But it'll be a quick repair, and it's just going to stabilize it to make it from getting any worse. Anyway, other than that, we've got the rear bumper on. Like I said, this car is ready to go, besides putting the Undertray on. So we're going to get that, like I said, finished up. We did install the rear bumper today. I didn't show that. I've got numerous videos on installing and removing bumpers and that on my profile here. So if you want to see how you do that, just go look at my older videos on some 360s, and I actually have some titled as bumper removal and install. So anyway, I'm going to continue on with this Undertray here. So going to get this, like I said, cleaned up, sanded, and then start making a repair. Now, a lot of people, like I said, people that don't deal with these cars, they jack them up. They don't know exactly where to put the jack points, but on the rear of the car, this is the jack point right here. So if people don't realize that, and they just stick a jack underneath there, and you're jacking up on a piece of fiberglass. So anyway, I've got a video on that also. In my older videos, I have the jack points highlighted out. So if you want to know where the jack points are on a 360, look for that video in my profile and watch that. So if you're to jack one of these up, you know where to put the jack. All right, but let's get started on this, and I'm going to clean this up with some alcohol and a rag. All right, so I've got this area all wiped down with some alcohol. So now I kind of want to work on getting this kind of lined back up. Might take a hammer and something, kind of push this down with a mallet or something, just to get this somewhat pushed back if I can. And then what I'm going to do is, you've got cracks up into here. So I'll probably bring this patch out a couple inches beyond the cracks, okay? Technically, I probably should stop drill these, like right here. That's where the crack ends here. There's one here, and one there, and there, and there. I mean, there's cracks all over, so I don't know if I want to do that even. But technically, if you got cracks, I don't want to put a lot of more holes in it, but you should stop drill a lot of the holes, and then that'll keep them from migrating any further. But I don't know if I really want to do that to this panel, though. So anyway, I'm going to work on this, try to get it reshaped back to its original form before I start throwing the repair on it, and go from there. But I at least want to go like an inch or two beyond the damage here for my repair, okay? So I'll probably want to bring it up in here, through here, and around in here. So it's going to be kind of a big patch here, but it is what it is. So I've taken my hammer here lightly, and against a flat surface, of course. You don't want to do this without it being backed up. And I just kind of tapped over the damaged area to get it all kind of lined up. This was pushed back here. This was sticking out on the back side. Now it's all lined up. I mean, I wouldn't hit it too hard, just enough just to kind of like push the stuff back into the place as much as possible. And then make sure it's all your loose debris is gone. Just kind of blow it like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and sand it next. And then probably wipe it down and blow it off again. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, you can see that I've sanded the area down as much as I can. You can see there's a couple holes through there. So what I'm going to do to keep the resin from flowing out, I'm going to take this aluminum tape I have right here. It's like 2-inch. And I'm going to tape it on the back side so it keeps the resin from flowing all the way through. And it makes a flat surface to back it up. So what I'm going to do now is peel this off. I'm going to peel that temporarily on there while I'm making my repair. And then once the repair is done, I'll remove this. But it'll keep the resin stabilized in there, and it won't let it flow. And then it'll back it up. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just kind of flip that over and put that in there, and so I can put my layups in there. All right, so I've got my tape in there now. You can see it's the holes filled. And I put a piece on the back side of that also. Like I said, this is just temporary. It just keeps the resin from passing all the way through. And it actually holds this together, kind of stabilize it while I make my repairs too. So, like I said, this will all come off once the repair is cured. All right. All right, so we've got our repair piece here cut to approximate size. And I've got this mat, fiberglass mat, I'm going to chop up into like smaller pieces so it kind of fits down in here on these tight bends. This fits a little bit better, so I can take a pair of scissors and cut this up to like a finer material, I should say. I don't know how you describe it. But you want to like cut it up to where it's like just little fibers, and then that'll mold better into these areas here. So that's what I'm going to do there. That's why that's sitting there. And then, like I said, just make sure when you start adding the resin that it penetrates the cloth. It should be almost like translucent where you can see through it if you do it correctly. So make sure it adheres to your material here, or your item that you're repairing. So I'm using this Bondo fiberglass resin here. So for every ounce that you add, it's 10 drops of the activator here. So this is 2 ounces, so it'll be 20 drops. So hopefully I have 20 drops in here. There's not very much left. I should have got some more, but we'll see if we can get this to work. Make sure you mix this correctly. If you don't mix it correctly, it will harden, and then you'll be doing it over again. So anyway, like I said, we're going to 20 droplets. Mix this thoroughly, for a minute or so, and then you have I don't know, about 10 minutes, I think, if that, work time. So you kind of want to work with it kind of quickly. So anyway, we're going to mix this up and start applying it to our repair material there. Right, so we've got our repair on there. We got the resin on there. Like I said, it should be almost transparent if you do it right. Look for little bubbles. There are voids. You don't want any voids in it. So if you have a void, just take your little trowel or whatever we're using and just kind of poke them and kind of work them out. Like I said, right here was the fibers. I put the fibers in here. You can kind of see that's a little bit different because it kind of forms pretty good to that curve area there. Also, if you got an area where it curves like this and goes up, make sure you get these bends. Push the material into the bend. Make sure you don't have any voids there. Now you can see this right here. This is our hole that we had. So in reality, I probably could have taken the fibers and filled that void with fibers first, and then put the fiberglass over the fibers. Technically, I probably should have done that, but it's just resin in there. I should have filled the void with the fibers, so instead of the cloth. But anyway, now I'll just let this cure. Like I said, make sure all your voids are filled, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully this will be good, and like I said, just good enough to where it won't come apart anymore. Like I said, he didn't want to go too crazy with this. You know, to make this perfect, you're going to have a lot more time in it than what I'm going to have in it. But we're just going for functionality, and we're just holding this piece together. So anyway, this is on the inside. You'll never see it unless you get the panel off. All right, we've let this cure overnight. You can see it's all cured. Looks all nice. All the edges are down. Looks pretty strong. So the only bad thing about this panel is try not to flex it too much. Fiberglass doesn't like to flex all that much, so when you're installing this, try to be careful with it. It'll debond if you flex it too much. But anyway, that looks like that'll hold now. It'll hold this all in position. The attach point's now secure, and I'll have to pull the tape off on the back side yet when we go to install it. But anyway, doesn't look too bad. Look underneath here. Like I said, we got our tape here. This all needs to be pulled off. This stuff's pretty sticky, so I'll have to flip the panel over, probably remove it. As you can see, it turned out pretty good. Actually, it's really smooth here, and it's not bulging out anymore like it was. This pocket's nice and flush again. So this should last them a little while. Hopefully, like I said, this will last them a long time. You can see here where the hole was through there. Like I said, the pair was more functional than anything, just to make sure the panel doesn't fall apart in the future. But I think it'll work. And thanks for watching. Catch us next time. We have a 458 coming in here in the next few days. So all I have to do now is put this panel on, and this car is ready to go. So catch you in a few.